Hi, Patrick here from Cheetah Will View. And it's a cold day today here in southeastern Michigan. And what better time and what better way to break into our first official review for Bayview Entertainment. Yes. So today we decided to take a look at Entombed. Entombed is a 2020 Norwegian film. It was written and directed by Kel Hammerharrow. I'm sure I mispronounced that. I'm sure he'll tell me about it when we talk to each other on the 18th. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. But this is going to be our first film. I'll read you the back. I don't even have to magoo for this one. It says, in the near future, a pandemic has broken out, and I guess I will, and civilization has collapsed. Seamus is on a desperate run and dangers loom everywhere. By accident, he comes across a subterranean shelter. He is, however, not alone there. Gradually, it turns out that life in the underground shelter may be more dangerous than on the surface. Sort of sounds familiar, right? Forget it. It's different. The pandemic basically is a zombie apocalypse, which isn't, it's a good thing because, I've never seen a zombie apocalypse scene from a Norwegian screenwriter or filmmaker. So, very curious to see how this would work. And so, Entombed has Seamus, and he's trying to escape the zombies, and he's pulling along his daughter, who unfortunately has passed away from illness, not from a zombie bite. And he's going to be cornered. He's getting cornered in a forest. He has no idea where he's at. He's being cornered by zombies, and he has one bullet left. So he takes a little locket from his daughter's body, and he's going to prepare to join her in the afterlife. And when he drops the locket, and right before he pulls the trigger, he drops the locket, and he hits a metal door. So he desperately gets on his hands and knees, and he finds a door to a bomb shelter, a subterranean shelter, and he enters it. And he shuts the door, and as he comes down, we see it's just a real old, looks like a bomb shelter, an unfinished one, and then he is knocked out. When he wakes up, he meets his rescuer, except he's not much of a rescuer at first, and that would be Conrad. Conrad wants to know who he is. He wants to know if he knows where any provisions are at. He wants to know how he found him over and over and over. How did you find this place? How did you find this place? And Seamus tells him that, I just literally, by luck, stumbled across you. And Conrad is paranoid about that, about how he found him. He finally figures out that he's telling the truth. So he had Seamus's gun, and then he brought out a rifle and pointed that at Seamus to make him tell the truth. And Seamus told him the story, and he believed it. And then he says his rifle is empty. So anyway, but Seamus has no conditions to say anything otherwise, because he has it looks like a fractured leg. He hurt his leg pretty good, so he's not full strength. So he is a guest of Conrad, and later on we see Conrad introduces him to his comatose wife Mila, and you can see Conrad's just not quite all there. Yeah, he's really intense at first. Seamus and Conrad, they make plans to go retrieve a cache of supplies. They say that he says, I'm a mechanic. I can fix cars. I can fix a helicopter. We can all get out of here together. And he says, well, we're gonna have to hurry because his wife is comatose, and she's running out of saline solution to keep her alive. And but then Seamus discovers something strange. He discovers that Mila is not only alive, but is not his wife. And we find out that Conrad is quite mad. So now the game becomes a cat and mouse game between Conrad and Seamus. Seamus can't let on that he knows that Mila's alive, or that he knows that Conrad, despite saying otherwise, was in charge of the bunker that they were in, and they had used the bunker they were in for experiments, and the experiments including bringing back the dead. So he is now sitting with the mastermind of this hideous experiment that has gone wrong, and also knowing too that the woman that's inside there, who's continuously being raped every day, is not in a coma, but is actually quite aware of what's going on. So Seamus and Mila try to come up with a plan to escape, because they rather take their chances with the monsters upstairs than stay with the one that's downstairs. All right, so what did it mean that Cheetah think about Entombed? Yeah, this is good. This is real good, actually. What a way to start off the series. I mean, it's cool. I'm most impressed with the acting. Set designs too, they're really good. But let me talk about the acting, because these are faces that we've never seen before. Jan Neil Holden, and he plays Seamus. Siegfried I. Clausen plays Conrad. And let me tell you right now, Conrad is one of the best villains that you'll see in quite a while. That guy is cold-blooded. Really good casting here. He steals the movie. He is not someone you ever would want to meet, ever. Even if he is your potential salvation, you much rather take your chances on top. He reminded me of John Goodman's performance in 10 Cloverfield Lane. Nice, but instantly can be deadly in a heartbeat. Really, really intense character. He's insane, basically. He's gone insane. He's been down in this bunker for over a year, and he literally has gotten lucky with Seamus, because they're almost out of supplies. Now, that would have been interesting to see. They had like 10 days of supplies left. So sooner than later, there was going to be a meeting of the minds between Conrad and Mila, whether Seamus was there or not. Martine Johnson plays Mila. And this is the only part of the movie that I had a problem with, because we don't know how long she's been there, but obviously she's been there for quite a while. And as a coma patient, someone who she'd be in a lot worse shape than she was in. A lot worse shape. As it is, she's conscious. She would have already had bed sores on her. She would have starved, because there's no feeding tube. There's just IV fluids. You can't live on that. You can't live off IV fluids. She would have been starving. Even during the rapes, I'm sure she would have let out some sort of a noise. Even though she told Seamus that she couldn't make a noise because, she was doing it just to save her own life. I understand that. Maybe that part works, but I don't think she would have been able to stay there for as long as she had been without exposing herself. Now, when I first watched this movie, I thought it was going to be Kel was going to hammer Harrow. Oh God, I hope I'm not killing it too bad. I thought he was going to take a page from the Dawn of the Dead book and have his wife be a zombie who he's taking care of, because that's what explained the IV for. It's like, okay, you could feed a zombie an IV and it doesn't really matter because it's dead, right? But then once we found out that she wasn't dead, all of a sudden it made the dynamic shift a little bit from this movie. Like, okay, how in the hell she's going to be able to do anything? She's not going to be able to do it. She's not going to be able to walk anywhere. She's not going to be able to do anything. She's not going to be able to help Seamus. Her speech. It was just, that's the only part I had. That's the only part I had. I thought she did a nice job. She's a pretty girl. And Seamus instantly sees her as a daughter, which is really nice. And it was really nice to see her flinch when Seamus just went to touch her and to assure her that she was fine. She flinched, and that seemed very natural as well. The other star in this movie is obviously the set, the bunker itself. Oh, wow. That's a set design was perfect for this film. It looks like a very old bomb shelter, very unfinished. It doesn't look that particularly strong. If it had been anybody but zombies coming in after it, they would have gotten in. I thought the having Seamus come in with Conrad and Mila at almost the very end of their supplies added a real nice tension to it. This movie was made on a $5,000 budget. It also was filmed in English because the director said that he had to film it in English so he could get it out there in the world, so he could distribute it out to the world, even though it was a Norwegian production. We'll be talking to Kel Hammerharrow on the 18th of January at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. So we'll be talking to him about his movie Entombed. But as far as me and the Cheetah are concerned, we liked it. We liked it a lot, and we'd like to thank Bayview. Peter! Thank you for sending this and setting up the interview. I'm looking forward to talking to Cal. I hope that you guys... I'll leave the description down below where you can pick up this movie. I'll leave you Bayview's link down below. Highly recommend this. This is a way to start off 2022. Not your average zombie film. All right, that's it for us. Thank you so much for listening to us, and we will be talking to you again real soon. If you're new to the channel, please hit the sub button. Tell your friends, share us out. Hit the notification, and more importantly, drop a comment. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.